Well, hello everybody, and welcome to a impromptu, unannounced, and completely random live stream that I completely did not plan. In fact, only about 2 minutes ago I decided that I was going to do this. Sorry, I just had to check I can actually drive the engine. So this is the Caledonian Railway, or Caledonia Works 828. Or 812 class, number 828, and this is it in its preserved guise. And we're basically running today from Llandeardog to Blaenberris and back, but utilising formation of preserved from the Llandeardog Caledonian Railway Locomotive Preservation Society. We got 13 people watching for a impromptu live stream. This is surprising, James. I didn't actually intend to do a live stream tonight, so if you want to join me in the chat, come and join me. For James, that is. Basically, the Llandeardog, or the Penwyth Valley Railway Caledonian Railway Locomotive Preservation Group, which is a big mouthful, they have finished their new build construction project, or restoration, I suppose, of these LMS, or Ex Caledonian Railway LMS 45-foot non-corridor stock, of which we've got a full rake, all in matching livery. And we've got our beautiful Caledonian Railway 828, of course. So here we are, just getting ready to leave. I'm shoveling like a lunatic. I don't know why the camera does that. Let me just check Discord real quick. Yeah. Hello?
Yo. I had to mute the stream.
Oh,
Won't
right.
be on for long, but I figured surprise stream, might as well join you for it for a little bit.
Fair enough. Yeah, I just thought I'd do a bit of a stream. It's not really like a, review. Well, it is kind of a review, I suppose. For some reason, the doors are open on the wrong side, so all the people are falling out onto the track right now.
Oh my.
Don't know why. I just thought when this loco was actually released a year ago, I never actually gave it a proper review or, in fact, any form of live stream or video. Well, I don't recall doing so anyway. So I just figured that I would now.
Have you seen what I posted in the AW Min's messenger group?
No.
I got bored, so I decided to have a little fun.
I'll just have a look now, one sec. Original Stephanie, am I a joke to you? Yes.
I had to. What'd you think of the first one? I mean, since that kind of meme hasn't died yet. It's kind of true, though.
Let me just have another look.
You tease people for... you do tease others for a bit of fun, and then we get after you about the Great Western, and you're just like, ah!
I'm just like, say what?
How dare you!
So this is the original loco. I think this is actually the first loco Chris released. So there's been a few modifications to it, or to his sort of locomotive creations. Oh my God, Zach Richards! There is if you go on the community page on YouTube, there's a link to the Discord there. You don't need to ask over and over and over and over again. Jesus.
It's just like adding that announcement about the Eswaith branch so people will stop asking you about it.
Well, there's just only so many times that I can be bothered to answer it, Because these things get answered so many times, but people don't seem to listen. It's just quite strange. The volume is quite low for some reason in Train Sim. I mean, I normally turn the volume down quite a lot for streaming so that you can actually hear me speak.
Yeah. Wait,
Right.
what? I can't hear you now.
I can't hear you.
I can't hear you.
So, Michael96 Thompson is asking, he loves my videos. Thank you, Michael. And he's asking, what will you think when the Sterling single comes out? Well, considering it hasn't come out yet, it's kind of difficult to say what I'll think.
I didn't even know anybody was actually doing one.
Yeah, Chris is doing one.
Oh.
Yeah,
Good.
haven't you seen the pics in?
No, I've been too busy looking at that Caledonian Railway stock shot.
Oh yeah, that is a stunner.
Yeah, I may or may not have already decided to replace my J94 in Tales of the Somerset and Dorset before I even get that series going. Something a little bit odd, you know, because a lot of series may have something like a J94 or similar already. So why not do something a bit odd?
I figured I want to do something tonight. I was gaming earlier and I just got bored of it and I was like, do you know what? I want to just drive a passenger train. But not an express train. I just really fancy doing something preservation era.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And no Queen Mary brake van to keep the brakes on.
No, that's right. None of that.
That wouldn't feel very good if the passengers suddenly heard the brakes slip on and then all of a sudden, thunk, thunk, thunk. It's just like, I do not like this.
Well, there's something wrong with my coaches. I think my 45 these are the 45-foot coaches from Matrix trains. There appears to be a minor error somewhere because the Caledonian Railway ones did that weird error thing, and now these ones have got a weird error as well. So it might be a correct.
Red alert! Mark Horner is here. He might have some jokes.
I think it's just a corrupted download or something. Just need to re-download it.
Yeah.
Yes, Walter Appleby's got the right thing. He said that the passengers are all on LSD. Let's go back to it. Yeah. Whoa. Look at that tree, man. Whoa. I'm tripping. Anyway. Enough tripping.
That makes me think back to when you had Jeff on the long haul challenge for the E2. The weird combination of eyes.
Oh yeah.
Made him look like he was on stuff. What kind of cool is this, man? It's awesome.
Jeff the hippie train.
Yeah. Okay. We can stand down from Red Alert. Mark says no jokes from him.
Oh my god. Why is he no jokes? He must be feeling ill. What's the matter, Mark? What's wrong? What's wrong, buddy?
Take him for a fever.
We're gonna have to take his temperature. Loving Walter wants the long haul challenges to come back.
I would love to do another long haul challenge.
Well, we're planning to do one. It's just if you look in like the streams list, you'll see that there is a stream sort of being advertised. I think it's for the 18th, but that was just like a preliminary day because we're waiting for Just Trains to release the extension to the Western Main Lines. So that will probably be delayed because of Just Trains, but you never know. Who knows?
Just check.
Do you know what? I think I might have just stopped reasonably well. Let's just roll on a touch further. Brakes now.
You glitched for a second and it sounded really weird.
Okay, the loco is ever so slightly too far ahead. It's actually on the crossing. Never mind. 8 coaches is just slightly too long.
Mark decided he couldn't go without one. He goes, I was alright, and then I lost my left arm and leg. Now I'm all left now. Or I think he meant it right. Never mind. He goofed. He goofed, but he tried.
For, you know, I love this loco. Just the Caledonian Railway Blue 060 tender engine. It's one of the best looking logos in this game. It was released a year ago, but do you know what? It still holds up even after a year. I've just held up all the road traffic at the crossing. Whoops. It's okay. We're heading off soon.
Reese, I'm looking at my meme folder on my computer. I just found something really, really funny.
Oh God.
A picture that was shared somewhere of you making a real funny face. So I decided to save it and say, "Okay, everybody, get your Reese face out."
I would talk about 812's fire, but I don't want to get into a heated discussion.
Oh.
Are you proud of yourself, Mark? Michael Thompson says it needs to be black so you could do a Donald and Douglas double header. I knew that someone would mention Donald and Douglas at some point. I don't know, just one of them is doing alright with these 8 coaches. Caledonian Railway 828 is visiting the Landia Dog line. Apparently the track and ballast is looking very American. Not really sure what that's supposed to mean. I don't know how many American railways have...
We had to ask him if he was feeling ill.
You could say I'm on fire. Oh. Right, blower off, dampers open. I love the fact in the cab that the fireman is just sat down. He's just chilling out with his pipe. He's just like, I don't care. What is my favourite locomotive? Oh, Great Western locomotive. Oh, God. So, it's not really... I don't really have a favourite GWR locomotive per se, because, to be honest, there was so many similar designs. You know, if you say you like one, you pretty much like the others of the type. For example, if I say I like the 4200, that basically means I like the 5200 and the 7200, because... they are very much the same, you know. Although, even, you know, a lot of people won't agree with me on that one. Although I am kind of following the county class at the moment. Or is it the Grange? No, it's the county. Reese Derailment Simulator. Brony Dan says, yep, there's my fire, I'm done for the day. Yep, that's it. He's done, he's finished. Although I'm now powering up to full speed. I wasn't expecting to get this thing so quick, but there we go. I'm almost up at line speed. Green Arrow saying I've admitted. Well, I never actually denied Green Arrow 4771. I never denied that Great Western locos are same design with slight modifications. They were very much largely standard parts, but that's why they're so superior. Because if you make components that are superior to anything else that's out there, why change it, right? Oh, maybe it's not the county.
Do you want me to give you a serious answer?
Green Arrow. I'm on. I don't know where. I can't remember if it's the county or the Grange. I think it's probably the Grange, the one that was built after the Great Western ended, and it was basically an 8F boiler on a Castle class chassis, and it was so massively overpowered that it was just unnecessary. What do you mean GWR was lazy? It was hardly lazy when it had the biggest loco works in the world, so I wouldn't really say it was lazy.
Lima superpower, cough cough.
You what?
Lima superpower, cough cough.
What does that mean?
Lima Locomotive Works in Lima, Ohio.
Yeah, but from when was that the biggest one?
They built locomotives into the diesel era, but they didn't last as long as Baldwin. But unfortunately, they all ended up falling because of World War II taking a lot of their chances at keeping up in the diesel thing, which allowed General Motors and eventually General Electric to jump in and say, "Oh, hey, here we go."
Well, Swindon built locos right up until the 80s.
I think Alco did the same thing.
Swindon was building locos from, 1840-something until 1980, so 140 years. So I do think that Swindon outdoes it there, I'm afraid.
Oh, well, let me just see where Alco and how Alco started. No, 1901.
Yeah, there we go. 1840 for Swindon. I don't remember the exact date. 1840 something for Swindon.
Zachary Cards is DMing me on Discord wondering if he's banned.
Who?
Because he can't get in.
I don't know why he's having so much problems getting into Discord. I mean, the link has been posted on AWP on Facebook. It's been posted on the community page. I mean, jeez.
When did you say Swindon started?
I can't remember the exact date, but 1840 something.
Baldwin Locomotive Works, 1831.
Yeah, do a Google, find out when Swindon started. I'm not accepting this. I'm triggered now. Right. Okay. Let's bring up Wikipedia. Swindon Locomotive Works Wiki. Swindon Works. Oh, god damn it. Opened in 1843.
The American wins.
1843 until 1986. God damn it. The Great Western has let me down there. Oh my god, Doug Studios. Stop mentioning the Llangollen Railway. Are you the guy that keeps bringing up the Llangollen Railway? My god. I can't believe I've lost out to the Yanks.
It was technically it was building locomotives from 1825 to 1956, but it was founded in 1831.
Your mum was founded in 1831.
That's cheating.
Yeah, okay. Mark has just confirmed it was him. So, Doug Studios, if you're the guy who keeps posting visit the Llangollen Railway, there's no need to keep posting it. Once is enough. You don't need to keep posting it. If you keep posting it, we will ban you. There is no need for it. Right. What does your mum was founded? Your mum was mounded in 1841, apparently. Now he says, wait, what? Okay. The GWR with castle frames and boiler from an 8F was the Hawksworth County. Yeah, I thought it was the county.
Walter Appleby up further in the chat goes, haha, Baldwin for the win at Angry Welshman Productions.
Oh, God.
Yes. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Oh, wait, that's PUBG.
Brony Dan says that being Welsh makes me win anyway. Yep. I like that. I like that. Give that man a cookie.
No. That does not make you automatically win. It doesn't make you automatically lose, but it doesn't make you automatically win either.
It does. Do you know what? Especially being Welsh in America means I should have like automatic citizenship. Part of the Declaration of Independence was written in Welsh. Part of the Declaration of Independence was written in Welsh. And there is Welsh writing on the White House.
You know what? I'm just gonna start ignoring everything you say, like you do every time someone talks bad about GWR.
Hey, I don't ignore it. I get triggered by it.
You talk over it.
Well, yeah. What's wrong with that?
Everything.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Brakes,
guard, please.
Yes, hit the e-brakes and throw everybody out of their seats.
Pull the cord. Pull the communication cord.
Ah! That's not the communication cord. Ow. Sir Liz says that you're an honorary Texan.
Doug Studios now says visit the Penwyth Valley Railway. Why? Stop it. Just stop it. Now. I mean, you said I may have pissed off everyone on the Facebook page by saying if it isn't pulled by American Steam, it isn't worth being pulled.
I put him in timeout for now.
Yeah, sounds good.
Cool story, bro. Let's update the blog.
Is this the original 812, or has Chris secretly slipped me an updated version? No, he has not, because it has not yet been updated, but I believe it will be. I'm just driving it because when it came out, I didn't actually give it the proper attention that it truly deserves. And also, I'm just really bored tonight. I haven't got a job on tomorrow, so I just thought, meh.
Don't ask who I did.
Yes, Mark is now saying, for God's sake, Mark.
Mark.
Do you know the amount of time? The thing is, I can't even threaten Mark with like banning him anymore because I've used it so many times. I've said, Mark, I'm going to ban you if you carry on. He's just like, yeah, whatever. Right, do you know what? Screw this. I'm just going to post the link now to Zach because he's pissing me off. He keeps asking. Oh, God, right. Do.
Do I tempt fate by putting Mark in timeout for being cheeky like that?
No, because he'll just make another YouTube channel. You know what he's like.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He did make, like, what, 3 of them a couple months ago? Or maybe those are his backups or something.
Right, I'm just going to post the link there. Boof. Zach, it's in the chat. Try it. If it doesn't work, let us know. It probably won't work, but we'll see. And we're off again. Okay. We can annoy the Americans. Mark only has 2 YouTube accounts, apparently. Thing is,
well, if
he'll just go and make new ones. He's like, you know, he's like a cockroach. Doesn't matter how many times you use the bug spray on him, he keeps coming back. Oh, and Terry Bartlett is here. You know, the amount of times that I run consists on this railway, and they're like complete. Like, this never happens in railway preservation where you've got a consist all in the same livery. Like, if it's very rare that you go to a heritage line and you'll have a full consist of, like, you know, locos. Oh, sorry, carriages which are all in the same livery, unless it's like, what's it called? You know, like Mark 1s. If it's Mark 1s, then yeah, it kind of works, but not always. Oh, Simon Logan.
Oh,
yes, it's the. He's asking which 812 it is. What's the original? I don't think he's updated it yet, or if he has, I haven't seen.
You said Mark 1, Mark 1, and then his second account Mark 2.
Oh God.
I had to. Hold on a second.
Right, we're still blowing off. God, we've made too much steam. This thing has got infinite pulling power.
You're not supposed to tell people to go there. You're supposed to tell them to go to the Penwyth Valley Railway, Mark.
Visit the Penwyth Valley Railway because it doesn't exist. Now
jump through your computer screens and check out this virtual fantasy world where coaches have weird glitches and missing texture fires are abound. Logan says, as long as it's 828, we're all good. What tourist railroad would that be, Walter Appleby? I've got a good.
Oh my God! Does that like go off during the middle of the night and make you crap your pants?
Thankfully, no. But I have been left a voicemail I need to check. I didn't realize it. A call I rejected earlier because I didn't recognize the number apparently decided to leave me a message for change, so maybe it's not spam. Oh, the East Broadtop. Yeah, I was nearby there last May, but unfortunately time constraints on my road trip didn't allow me to go there like I wanted, just to take a look at the grounds. I'll be right back.
Would you think of doing a double-header with 2 Caledonian locos? Well, I could do. I mean, not right now, because we're already underway with this one. I would have used the Cardine tonight. Did you ever have an issue with this route dumping? Sir Liv, yes, I did. This route used to be very, very unstable. In fact, it used to be one of the most unstable routes that you could download. How did I fix it? I fixed it by installing the update, which made it 64-bit, and since then it dumps far, far less than it used to. So I didn't really fix it, it was just that the game actually changed. Oh God, Zach. It's on Facebook, James has sorted it out, I've just seen. So what are we doing, lads? We're in a tunnel. Did I approve of the Keighley and Penwyth Valley Railway route? Well, I guess you haven't seen that I did a whole 2-hour live stream on it.
And then proceeded to run it off into a parking lot.
Yeah, I crashed it into the car park, didn't I?
Excuse me, sir. Would you have a moment to talk about our Lord and Saviour... whatever?
Bob.
It hurt an ice cream truck, I think somebody said.
Right, Doug Studios says he wants to be let back in. Well, Doug, stop posting about the Llangollen Railway or any other preserved railway. If you do it again, you'll be banned. And we don't really want to ban you. It's not fun. Just take it easy. Don't go crazy. We're all here to have fun.
Yeah. Don't make me call Thor to smack you with Mjolnir.
God, I've been asked about what's my funniest moment on a heritage railway. Well, I've had quite a lot of funny moments. Just trying to think.
Everywhere you go, there's a funny moment. Anyway, be right back. I need, because that call that I got a message left from was my insurance about the accident I had over winter shutdown.
What, did you crash your car?
No, I got rear-ended.
Oh. Does it work in America the same way as it works in this country? That if someone crashes into the back of you, it's automatically their fault?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's one of the reasons why I have a dash cam, because there's always somebody out there who's going to pretend like they play victim and make you rear-end them on purpose.
Yeah,
but in this case, I didn't the dash cam.
I was given a dash
Plus,
cam
I had
for
my dad
Christmas.
in the dash cams are worth it.
Yeah, I've been given one, but I need to install it. But the thing is, like, it's not as easy as just plugging it in. It's all different wires that have to go to the circuit board thing or the fuse board and all sorts. It's weird.
Mark, I will put you and then your alternate in timeout for that one if you don't watch it.
Sorry, that was actually a good one, Mark. I'll be fair. Insurance scams. Yeah, James Ellison, the insurance scammer.
No. We're looking at... Oh, I don't know. Maybe we're looking at insurance scams for Mr. Davies if people start making claims against him for the sausage coin.
It's not possible. There's actually a disclaimer on the bottle that says if you drink it, it's your fault.
America, Darren Jamani says, Americans, where are you at? Well, America.
Where are you? Yep. Where are you? In America, of course.
No. Actually, I am currently on Vulcan.
Oh, Reese Jones is watching. He fits them in work. Reese has just offered to help fit my dashboard cam. I would actually be quite helpful because I genuinely have no freaking idea what I'm doing. Because I looked at all the wires and I was just like, nope.
Mine is simple. All I gotta do is plug into a cigarette lighter.
Yeah, well,
and have it hanging. And set it up hanging from my windshield.
My parents, when they bought it, they said, it should just plug into the cigarette lighter. But all the wires is like the red and black wire connections for the battery, which is quite weird.
Well, fitting for a weird person. I mean, what?
Darren Germani. Where is Darren Germani from? What country are you from, Darren? Michael Thompson is leaving. Bye-bye. Bye.
Anyway, back. I gotta gather up the information so I can call my insurance back. Even at the very least, leave a message.
All right. Sam says Chris has recreated the cab of the 812s perfectly. It's amazing, isn't it? Especially Sam. I love the wood text. Or is it wood? Yeah, I think it's like a wood texture inside the cab. I'm assuming that it's like wood lined. You correct me, I know the floor is wood, but you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong about the rest of the cab being wood. It might not be wood, but just wood lined. But I think I might be wrong there. Brakes! Oh god, am I going to overshoot? Oh, am I going to stop absolutely perfectly? Like a legend. Of course, like a legend. Because every run I do is legendary. Every single time, every run is perfect. LOL. Right, so we're at Aberystwyth. This is the halfway point. Most trains will pass east or westbound trains here. And normally trains will take on water. So there's a water tower just here. and at the other end there's a water tower. So there is watering facilities here at Aberystwyth. What else do we have here? Oh, better stop the injector. Couple of sidings, I can't even speak, a signal box, signal, signal. Let's try that. Brakes off. Except for the time I smashed into a setup for Over the Hills coming out of a tunnel. Yes, you were quite correct. That was quite funny though. For those of you that didn't see it, there was either a live stream or a video. Doug Studios, don't do it. And we're puffing away out of Aberystwyth Station. I should have followed the timetable because I do have a working timetable still for the Landia Dog line. Oh, I clipped it, did I? Okay. No, I think you're right. I think it was YouTube. Mark, the signal lady once tried flirting with me. I wasn't interested. I guess she was sending off the wrong signals. Was it a backing signal, Mark? When you saw her, you ran away. Backing signal. Get it? No. Okay.
I come back and I hear Reese telling a bad joke.
Well, I try, you know.
You suck!
Basically, I figured out if you put the reverser in 50% and the regulator in 50%, you just basically accelerate like mad.
Oh, Geraldine, red signal. I'm a splendid red signal. Red for anything. You never see me turn green.
Is that Mr. Littlewood? James?
Oh, dear Lord.
James, just a question. Did you kick Rob out of the Dead Poachers Society Facebook group?
No.
Because he's just asked to join it again.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. Maybe... Oh, if you remember, he wanted to be anonymous, so he created that other Facebook account.
Oh.
And then he joined the group with that, because his admin account for that group is Evolution DPS.
Oh, right.
So
okay.
maybe when he did that, he left the group with his normal account.
Oh, Sam is asking,
know.
do I have the shader mode on? Was it like Control Shift and Enter or something, Sam, for the shader mode? Because I cannot remember.
Hey.
Shader mode? What? Railworks Enhancer?
No, well, I don't know.
Or what? Or what? The one for the
812, I thought. There's like is it performance mode or something?
Oh yeah, performance mode. Yeah.
There's just something about Caledonian Railway locos, and they just suit running in Wales. They really do.
I got really confused there. I was sat there just processing what you said, and for some reason in my mind I heard the word soup instead of suit, and I was sat there trying to work out what the fuck you were talking about.
Yes, Caledonian Railway soup. Served in nice plastic bowls. Haggis flavour.
Sausage, wine, and Caledonian soup.
It's basically just a bowl of beef stock filled with haggis bits.
Yeah.
Hey, Littlewood.
Did you get your whole...
1.0. I think he's busy now. I am not gonna let that Baldwin Locomotive Works thing go.
No, you can shove it. shove it up your Baldwin.
Baldwin's superiority.
No.
At least when it comes to Swindon Works. Why was superior to Baldwin, even if they didn't last as long?
The thing is, you can actually compare them because of all the S160s that came to the UK, they all came through Newport. So they were all based on the Great Western at some point.
Not all of them.
I'm pretty sure that all of them landed there, didn't? I don't know if anyone else knows it, but they were all landed there. Many of them were straight away taken away, and then an absolute fuckload of them were stored in South Wales. In fact, there was a famous picture which I found, and it was just sidings just filled with S160s, because South Wales was just covered in sidings, you know, for coal traffic. And oh god, what's happening? Is Discord having a mare?
I think I just died, or not.
Well, I can hear you just fine.
Well, my audio went weird for a second.
Yeah, Discord's playing up.
Yeah,
basically,
Mark did it. Mark's at it again.
Yeah.
He says it's a bald win for Mr. Ellison.
He needs to be shot, seriously.
Yeah, you missed it earlier, Lilwood. I got Reese good. He's gonna tell me to shut up, and he's stuck it now.
Yeah, no, you're right though about that photograph, Reese. There's a few photographs actually of them down at Abbey Vale.
Like, I guess that taking pictures of them would have been a very dangerous thing to do because they were technically a secret.
Yeah, I'd guess so.
I guess the only pictures that survived were pretty much taken, you know, at the peril of the photographer.
Yeah.
Because there was another photo which I saw years ago. This was a guy showed me up the railway when I was a volunteer in Blenavon. But basically, the Germans used to use the Western Valley from Newport up towards Crumlin, as the Luftwaffe used it to follow. So they would find Newport, and then they knew to head sort of north out of Newport, up that valley, following the railway line until they found the Crumlin Viaduct, which was this huge, enormous steel structure, which was easily visible, you know, from altitude. And then if they turned east, followed the railway line until they found the Folly Tower in Pontypool, then they headed northeasterly for 5 or 6 miles, then they dropped their bombs, because that was a bomb factory. And that's why, where I live currently, the house where my parents live was covered during the Second World War. There's all concrete like bunkers and stuff on the mountain where I live. They're all abandoned and broken up now, but all of them had like searchlights and anti-aircraft guns and aircraft sirens, you know, all that sort of stuff. And it was for that reason, because the Germans were using that as navigational markers to find the bomb factory.
Well, I'm sure that everyone in the live stream heard that beautifully well, but I only heard every other word. I got what you were on about.
Okay, I guess Discord is playing up, yeah.
Yeah, Discord keeps just periodically just dying. Not completely, like you can just sort of just about make out what people are saying.
Let me just
Bye then, Reese.
right, I just restart. I just did the thing. How is it now?
Well, it's alright now, but it's only periodic, like it's every sort of couple of minutes or so. It will just go funny, and then it will go fine again. So
yeah,
I guess they're just having server problems. But I'm going to go anyway. I thought I'd only pop in and see what was going on, blah blah blah.
Fair enough then.
Normal garbage. I mean,
okay, again.
Yes, Rhys Jones says he's got that right. They knocked Folly Tower down for that reason, because of the using it as a navigational mark, and then they rebuilt it. Bye, James. 1.0.
I was going to say, well, I do need to go here soon, but he's already gone.
And I shall be all alone. All alone.
How convenient. I don't think you heard that, but my phone just went off with a notification. Han Solo telling me he's got a bad feeling again.
Oh.
Biff. Biff.
Biff.
Biff. Biff.
I would love to make this a regular consist for the Penwyth Valley Railway. The thing is, like, I'm running all these different train sets, but I do wonder. There's no carriage works on the line. So where do all these coach sets get stored when they're not in use?
They get stored in their boxes, like you said on one stream.
Yes, Sam. Lonely me is so lonely.
So lonely, he misses his friends and his wife.
Well, that was a bit harsh. Sorry, I got 50 people.
You honestly do miss Hannah, though, don't you?
No, not at all. Of course I miss her.
I was gonna say, you better hope she doesn't decide to peek in on this stream and hear you say that you don't miss her.
I'm pretty sure she does periodically watch through some of these when I'm live, just to make sure that I'm not speaking to any girls. And I'm like, Hannah, what girls would watch my video apart from, like, completely mentally deranged ones? Oh, we're doing alright. I should have plugged the Xbox controller in, really. Could have had some arty-farty shots.
Oh, not that.
The thing is, as well, because it's... Doug will now apparently answer railway questions. Well, considering it's not your stream, Doug, I don't think anyone's really going to be asking you many questions. Yeah, apart from Sam, how train work, Doug? Mark, I don't appreciate that one. It's a bit harsh.
Oh, ouch.
Bit uncalled for, I think.
You know what's uncalled for?
Your face.
Caledonian Works. Oh, I like mine better.
I've been asked if there's a possibility of an S160 coming into Over the Hills. Well, I have, to be fair, Walter, I have thought about how would an S160 appear in Over the Hills, and as much as I would like to have one, the practicality, I don't know if you've seen, there was a Facebook post that I made a couple of years ago where like I put faces on an S160 just for a laugh, and it was like the only place it would really fit was in that tiny bit of the smoke box door, and it just looked really weird.
Well, if you were to have continued on with the faceless version, which I know you're not going to, it would have been interesting because an S160 would be kind of fitting with my character's background. Oh wait, that might have been... Never mind. Nobody heard that. Spoiler alert, nobody heard that. That was my bad. I meant to leave that for off the stream. Anyways, back to how much Swindon Works sucks. I mean, what?
Back to how much your face sucks. Got 8 coaches just about fits in the platform here with this. Oh yeah, probably should mention that unfortunately I did make a bit of a boob when I was doing some installing. The original Penwyth Valley Railway, which was the Eswaith branch, was basically just a modified version. However, I tried reinstalling the Eswaith branch. It's basically defaulted everything back to what it was. So a lot of my modifications disappeared, and as you can see from the volunteers, these are left over from Over the Hills episode 3, where they were all they'd climbed on to Ian. So yeah. You know, it sucks. Yeah, it's time to kill the volunteers again. good at doing that. Right then, so it's time to head out of Pennyog. Let us go. If Chris is watching this, I don't know whether Chris is watching this, or if he wants an idea of, or Guion, of what to do next with Simnation scripting, I think realistic loco wheel slip would be a thing to work on. Although, to be perfectly honest, I know the guys have got their work cut out, and it's not really essential. It would be nice to see some wheel slip on these locos, though. Is 2.0 still there, or am I on my own? No, or am I imagining things?
I had to go for a minute. Oh, you're gonna run over some people here.
Yeah, they've been murdered. I've been asked, have I ever been to Aberystwyth? Yes, I have. I have been to the Vale of Rydal Railway.
And in regards to my accidental spoiler, Sam Logan says now we gotta rewrite it again.
Yeah, time for a reboot.
Reboot before the latest reboots even started.
Going past Farmer Littlewood's farm. Although, to be fair, it's no longer Farmer Littlewood. I'm going to have to rename the character, but this is where his farm is. It's in episode 11 and 12 is where one of the characters gets beaten up. But, you know, we're never actually going to make it to that episode, so it doesn't matter. Going up a pretty steep hill. Yeah, Sam, I'm loving Doug's completely informative engineering description about how a steam locomotive works. Make pressure, push piston. Locomotive is communist. How would I react if the internet crashed and never recovered? Well, how would you know how I react? Because the internet's never going to recover, so you guys would never find out how I would react if it never recovered. Are you sure, Doug, that there's two pistons? Because I think there's probably more than two pistons. Let's see. Would there be any wheel slip? There wouldn't be any wheel slip with an American loco. Well, that's right. I mean, if it was a big boy, it could basically just pull a mountain. In Russia, in Soviet Russia, train drives you.
Yeah, except if it's the 414-4, then it just destroys everything.
414-4.
They seriously had an experimental, massive locomotive that
is that
wheel arrangement.
No, it was that 6
the
one.
AA-20, I think it was.
It was basically like a 9F, and a big boy had a love child, I think.
It was basically the Frankenstein of Russian locomotives at the time.
I love
Southern 207 Hobby says 8888 Pannier.
Yes. Oh, the Johnler has arrived.
Oh, he's been here. But he said, as Doug, why am I single?
Well, we could invite all of your ex-girlfriends to a room and ask them, but that's it. The 414-4.
Yeah.
It was just the track straightener. And I think the idea, wasn't it, that they were going to build a dead straight line all the way to Siberia?
Yeah.
And it just didn't work.
We need your track straightened. We'll send the AA-20 your way.
It's funny, I was on a ship with all Russian crew today.
Oh boy.
They're a nightmare. They are an absolute nightmare. Like, you're giving them orders and they're just like, yes, pilot, okay, pilot. And then they just completely ignore you. And you're like, if you do that again, we're going to send you to Anchor, and you can wait 24 hours. And then they're like, oh, don't do that, I get upset. It's like, well, do what we fucking ask then. Oh, well. Oh, Sam and Johnla. Look at that. Johnla, DM me, babes. Sam is calling Johnla babes. Gossip! Gossip!
Oh,
Doug
yeah.
Studio says you are single because you're watching this. So what you're saying, Doug, is that anyone that watches this stream is single. It's funny because I'm actually married, and I'm pretty sure that there's other people who are in relationships or marriage themselves. So, yeah. Yeah. You are in my computer game.
Mark's trolling him. Is Langolan real?
I don't think it is.
I think I said it wrong.
What is Langoch? It's Langochlan. Have you seen have you seen that video of Americans trying to pronounce Welsh names?
Landia dog. I remember how you pronounced. How you pronounced it back in the old Over the Hills. That's where I got that screenshot from. I'm sure you figured out of Stephanie.
Landia. I just said Landia dog. Actually, no, I did. I think I said Landia dog, didn't I?
Yeah, you kept. For a long time, you pronounced it the beginning the way that I'm guessing it's supposed to be.
Clan. It is supposed to be clan.
And then eventually, I think in Flight of the Phoenix, you did a mix.
Yeah, I think by that point I just gave up.
It just like you gave up on doing the story from Di's perspective.
Oh yeah, where I just changed the style of narration halfway through the movie. But the problem with that is I made part 1, and then like 18 months went past, and then I made part 2. So as a movie, it wasn't very well. The continuation wasn't very good.
But still, with having the whole movie, being able to watch it all at once after you gave me a copy of it, that certainly worked out really well. Looking at it, putting it together, despite the continuity issues.
Yeah. I think
it wasn't too bad considering what you were doing at the time. If you, I honestly can't help but wonder if you were to have rebooted it with that and done a better Landia Dog and Pennyog, how would you have done it aside from getting rid of all the buku billions of characters that never saw the light of day?
I don't know really, because I didn't think it could continue the way it was. I just ran out of drive to do it that way. And also it was just all sorts of things that I was basically making it up as I went along. I mean, I used to be able to produce an episode.
At least it wasn't like a certain. Yeah, sorry.
I was able to produce an episode in like 3 days. So, in terms of work, there wasn't actually that much, and each episode was restricted to 10 minutes in length because of YouTube.
Oh.
Because back then, at the time, it was before I monetized the channel. The maximum length of video that you could upload was 9 minutes and 59 seconds. So any episode I did either had to be a 2-parter, or it had to be less than 9 minutes 59 seconds. And that's why in several episodes you could sort of see that it's like cut and spliced in such a way that the timing just doesn't look right. Like, especially when I look back at it now. I can't remember where I think it was episode 1 where it went like, just drive me, bitch, okay, and then Di went to the station, and there was supposed to be a gap of a good 5 seconds there, showing like Di moving around or something, but I had to get rid of it so that it was, it would fit within the time frame.
I still would love to see like a written rewrite version of that someday. Once you finally got through this first season of the PVR saga.
Well, I suppose, you know, I could do some more fan fiction. I would like to get back into the fan fiction stuff that I was doing. Because I did do I don't know if anyone watching actually read it or knows about it, but I actually did a fan fiction called An Island Too Far many, many years ago, and it was the worst. Like, I've looked back through it, and it is the worst thing I've ever done in my life. It is just...
I can't help... I think about... You were doing a TTTE based one where that was more serious than kid friendly.
Oh, it was hilarious.
Wasn't that supposed to be your original version of Engines of War or something like that?
No, that was later. This is before. This is before.
Yeah, I remember right. Oh. Well, I've been looking at trying to do some fan fictions loosely into the Thomas the Tank territory, but only because you know, the original stuff. Try to see what I could do with the characters before Hit took over.
Yeah, I mean, that's what sort of interests me.
It'd be kind of funny to have in my own headcanon, and then in my own headcanon just have Penwyth Valley Railway and Soto Railway be in the same universe.
Well, I mean, I could, but I don't really want to, you know. There's just no reason to do it, and it's not that I'm against the idea. It's just that there's just no real reason. Yeah. I mean, I like the way. I was going to actually bring up the little Westerner that Mayo did. I guess you've seen it. And it was going to be Rails to Salvation, and I guess because he doesn't want to run the channel anymore, that he's shortened it. Because it was going to be a huge project. And I was actually going to star in it, but I guess it's just finished the way it is. But do you know what? It's brilliant. If any of you want to go and watch it, search The Scotsman Returns, and it is brilliant.
Yes, I remember that. Didn't you do some like parody versions of scenes from the newer TTTE stuff?
I believe so.
I think like when Flying Scotsman shows up at was it Vickerstown Station?
Oh, yeah. Good morning,
good luck,
little brother.
What I don't get.
I'm actually going to go into the
railway series
platform.
In the railway series book. Gordon wasn't actually proud or spiteful towards Scotsman or whatever you want to call it, was he?
No, in the books, when Scotsman did visit, they were like best friends. Which kind of annoyed me when he came again and they're like rivals, and I was like, come on. It's just playing to sort of stereotype that you've got a bully as a big brother. I was just like, why? There's just no need for it.
It made more sense for Gordon to try to compete against City of Truro in that one early models episode.
Oh, I love the actual top domeless engines. I loved that episode.
Never trust domeless engines.
Yeah.
They aren't respectable.
Yeah, I mean, I loved that. I absolutely loved that.
That was a good one. But anyway, be right back. I'm being called away real quick.
So as always, as we're preparing to leave the Penwyth Valley Railway metals, we're going to do the token exchange with the mainline signalman. Bajunk. There we go. And we'll drop off the preserved token on that thing. That's the pretend token exchange.
I'm sorry. Back, by the way. I saw your thing popping up, and I kind of was thinking, is it just picking up his noise, or is he talking and I'm not there?
No, I'm just talking.
I was worried for a second.
I basically haven't stopped blowing off. I haven't shoveled pretty much for the entire journey, and I haven't stopped blowing off steam. So I think my fire would have probably gone out by now in real life. Wow.
I think it's time to get rid of Doug's Studios.
Yeah, do it. He's been warned.
Do you want me to put the hammer down?
So there's the South Wales main line as we're coming up from Penwyth Valley Railway Metals. We passed under the South Wales main line, which runs from Pontypool Road up towards the Midlands.
Hide user on this channel. That's not a ban, is it? That would be something you'd have to do, wouldn't it?
I don't know.
I've hidden users on this channel before, and is it?
Oh, this looks so nice.
Yeah.
What we would love to see is more like AI stuff running around on this line. Just have like a 7MT Oliver Cromwell coming in on the other track or going out or something. And then
here comes Gold Buffer. Ah, you fools!
Ah, you fool!
Oh, I can't. I know I can't do it right, but of course, way back when you did the model version of GTSE, I'm pretty sure you were like over the top on a lot of your voicing.
Oh, really? I was over the top on the voices. No way.
Back then, you got over the top on a lot of things. Nowadays, you're more mellow, but you still get irritated when you need to.
Well, I developed that nickname.
Trains King.
I developed that nickname for a reason, after all.
Coal plus sheep plus slate equals Reese. Trains.
Why slate? Could you be any more stereotypical in one sentence there?
Yeah.
I really don't think it's possible to be any more stereotypical. I like how everyone is like, oh, it's equal opportunities, you can't say this, I'm offended, and then when it comes to me, nobody gives a shit. Literally,
oh, no.
Nobody cares.
I think back to my Shock Pikachu meme I made.
There are some days that I feel a bit fragile as well. I'm a cry.
Oh, Mark.
Oh, Mark, no, that was a cheap shot. But do you know what? That did actually work. I'll be fair to him. That did work.
Ooh. Zing!
Technically, Zing works as well.
GW says, Oi, Reese, how would you feel if I were at a hair joy and some kid just screamed, OMG, it's the angry Welshman?
Yeah, I'd freak out and run away.
You were.
I'm a cry.
Oh,
The thing is, that has actually happened to me, and it was horrible. Basically, I was in a Mark 1 coach, and some kid just basically, like, he was in a compartment, and he basically just stood outside the compartment staring at me. It was really alarming. And I'd
do that just to annoy you.
Yeah, I know you would.
I'm not the only one, but you know.
I've overshot my stock marker, damn it.
That's nothing new with you. James Shelton, yes, hello. You can stop asking for a shout out now.
He had a shout out last time. Oh my god, the telephone.
One of those with no ID, just a number. I hate those.
Do you answer them? Because I always answer them, and I'm just like, oh, hello?
You should hear the one that I remember watching or listening to sometime that I was introduced to several years ago by somebody I used to talk on Skype with, but I still occasionally talk to elsewhere now. He introduced this thing where this telemarketer called, and this guy made up an elaborate story about how he'd been murdered and he was the officer investigating the scene. And kept asking all kinds of questions, and the telemarketer eventually just hung up.
What do you mean you're gonna swear? You said you're gonna swear. You, as in James Ellison, are gonna swear.
I didn't say anything like that.
But you don't swear. That's just not what you do. It's just your thing. You don't know how to swear.
Oh, I used to, but I stopped because, well, it just didn't work for me.
No, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I mean, to be honest, it's actually... There are times when I wish that I didn't swear as much as I do. Because it's just not appropriate sometimes. I'm a lot better than I used to be. I used to have this attitude of I do not care, you like it or lump it. But then, I don't know, as I got a bit older, I was just like, do you know what? There's just no need. It just doesn't really add anything to a conversation, you know?
Every time I look at pictures of Union Pacific Steam, I keep thinking about May.
May?
The 150th anniversary of the first Transcontinental Railroad, the celebration that's going to happen.
Oh, that's interesting.
I think I talked to you about it before.
I don't know if you did, but is that where they're going to hammer the spike in again or something?
They're going to be... That is where Big Boy 4014 will arrive under her own steam for the first time since the 50s.
Nice. I mean, I can't believe it's been so long since, since a Big Boy has run. I mean, a Challenger has run in preservation era, and it was actually quite successful, wasn't it?
3985 actually hauled a massive intermodal train.
Yes, the containers. I remember seeing that, and I can remember watching that, feeling, wow.
Oh, the passing a quartet of UP diesels going the other direction, seemingly having to take it easy going up the grade as 3985 just rolls down with ease. Like, aha!
Yeah, but that's the thing.
I can't do it, youngsters.
I want to see like a Big Boy with the voice of Trevor Palsinski, doing that because he's just got the best voice for a Big Boy. He's such a good voice actor. Yeah. I love that guy.
That series, there was that one American-based Railworks series that I think somebody decided to feature on AWP once that I found. I thought it was pretty interesting. It's not often you see an American-based Railworks series.
No.
Most of the time, because British, European roots in general are the thing.
To be honest, I do agree that like UK stuff has kind of dominated the train simulator market, but I don't know. I guess there's just not been the level of interest in Train Simulator 2019 or in this whole game, as there just wasn't the same level of interest in America as there was in Microsoft Train Sim. Perhaps there is a bit more now than there used to be, but there just wasn't.
When you talk about MSTS, there was going to be an MSTS 2, but development for that got cancelled.
Yeah, it did. I remember seeing it, and I can remember seeing a loco on a turntable and absolutely freaking out, going, "Oh my god, this is amazing!"
It looked good, and then all of a sudden, vaporware.
Yeah, it just disappeared.
Which sucked because I really was looking forward to it. But MSTS still has a following over here.
Well, even here it does. It's still widely used.
What's funny is I had the base game, and a German expansion that my parents found for me back when I was in high school. But yeah. But the cool thing is, I have discovered that there is a place near Ogden that I can chase 4014 and 844 if they're truly double heading, like I'm hoping.
Just don't stand too close to the level crossing. You know how well that goes.
I'm not going to stand too close.
Don't try and take a selfie, whatever you do.
No, I'll wait until they're standing still in Ogden for that. I'll take a picture with Big Boy and then just have a little, right for the fun of it, just have a little Bill and Ted-ish dialogue and just have Bill go, "Oh my, oh goodness, good grief, Ted," or something like that. What has Big Boy done, Ted? Ted?
I just broke the buffers on it. Again.
812.exe has stopped working.
And I'm still blowing off.
Oh! If it weren't for the AWP logo, I could have easily just took a quick screenshot of that and done just that. I wish I could have. Just be like, you remember pug.exe is stuff green? Well, we have a new version.
All the people have arrived at Llandiadog for their fish and chips. The time in game is 1:15, so they're just in time.
I thought this was Blind Barris.
This is Blind Barris. I'm really glad that you noticed. Just checking that you're paying attention.
Ladies and gentlemen, Reese Davies.
I need to drive the Cheyenne route again. That's something which I didn't really do properly either.
You know what you need to do? You need to take that German narrow gauge route and go the other way.
Yes, I need to do that.
Part 2
Chris is
Mr.
watching.
Davies' overly extended.
Chris is asking if I've heard of Bofa. What's Bofa? So that answers, I guess. No, I haven't.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, the answer is yeah. Ooh, whoa!
Another can of Pepsi because I am thirsty as hell. Should have drunk more today.
You've heard of IndyCar racing, right?
Yeah.
Somebody got creative in one of these NASCAR. What it is NASCAR Racing 2003 season, a game that was made back in 2002, 2003. It's still got a heavy following, even though it's become abandonware because the company that made it went bankrupt disappeared over 10 years ago.
I fell for the Bofa.
But it still
Bofa D's nuts. Yeah, I completely fell for it.
And what's really cool about it is somebody made a couple of IndyCar skins for the game based off of CSX Transportation colors with CSX logos and everything.
Oh, excuse me.
For the person who asked if I mentioned IndyCar, oh wait, that would be Mark. Oh, Mark, I'm a Rossi fan too. No way. Well, more of an all Andretti Autosport fan, but I prefer Rossi over the others right now. Nothing against Marco Andretti himself, but Rossi has been great since his rookie season. I just kind of hijacked your stream for a second, race.
Yeah.
Oh no, Mark, I think, Reese, you gotta look at what he just did.
Somebody died from Sugma. Yeah, Sugma dick.
Yep. Sorry, Mark, you can't win twice.
There we go. Chris has done it. Do you know the way? Do you know the way? You have to have Ebola to know the way. She smells like the great Ebola. Come, my brother. We must go to Llandiadog. So for the person asking how fast the 812 can run, it's well, we're restricted to line speed, so right now we can go to 20 miles an hour.
88 miles an hour.
Once the 812 accelerates beyond 88 miles an hour, the space-time continuum opens up and the flux capacitor is activated. And we go back in time.
And it shorts out.
We go back in time to 1885, where the 812 will...
1885 Llandiadog and Blind Barris. That ought to be interesting.
Where the 812 will meet its mum and it will accidentally fall in love with him.
Oh, Lord.
Chris is doing the click.
Okay.
That was my attempt at clicking, by the way. I can't do it.
Click. I can't do it right. I'm not even doing it the way it's supposed to be done, so forget it.
Click. We're going to have to do the token exchange because we're going back off the main line and onto the preserved railway.
That's funny. GW's like, wait, Mum?
Chris has asked if I've downloaded the update for the 812. Well, I just downloaded this from the DT website. Pachink! There's the token. So, I don't know. I assume that this has got the update because I just downloaded it today before the live stream. So, I don't know. I guess it is. How would you be able to tell, Chris? Drivable big chungus for Train Sim 2019. That's got to be a thing. Oh, are they on Discord? Hang on, I just got.
Go on in.
Let me just check Discord.
Yeah, they're boom.
They're not in an audio call, so never mind. Back to the stream. Perf. I thought Sam and Chris were going to join us. Then
It might be in a private voice chat.
Oh, maybe they're in their own voice chat. Stop! Oh fuck! That's okay.
Oh, Mark's at it again. Red alert.
When are you going to release episode 7 of Over the Hills? Never. It's cancelled.
Yeah, it's been replaced by
Bob.
Bob and his chums.
I think the Stroll Valley Railway series has replaced it.
Oh, now there's an interesting one. Walter Appleby says, "How about a live stream of you driving the street with the hand car?"
I've already done that.
On this one? On the PVR?
No, it was the West Somerset.
I knew you'd done one on the West Somerset. I couldn't remember exactly if that was what it was, but now that you mention it, I remember you were all just like, "Oh, my fingers hurt."
Yeah. Oh, Mark, Over the Hills has been replaced by a series that might actually get finished. Yeah, I don't think it will. I don't think it will.
You know what's really sad?
While
it may not be as well known, Engines of Warborough is getting through more episodes than Over the Hills right now.
Yeah. But, you know, quality before quantity and all that.
Yeah, true. Oh, Mark. I'm not sure what to think of that one.
Chugs before nugs.
I wasn't talking about Chris. I was talking about what Mark said.
So we're heading out of Penwyth Junction and into the tunnel, back out onto the to the Penwyth Valley Railway. Please do a video of beamng.drive. No, I don't have it.
I don't either, but it has some various trains in it you can do crash scenes with. Problem is the crash physics for the train aren't perfect, but it does something. It does something rather than just train off the rails.
I do think that Train Sim should have like limited amount of damage sort of simulation. The thing is, I understand that, you know, I think it was either James or Guion was saying that companies don't want you to be able to crash like locos with their, you know, logos on it. And I get that, but at the same time it is a simulator, you know.
Oh. No, I just found this on my newsfeed. 3 surgeons are discussing who makes the best patients to operate on. First surgeon said electricians are the best because everything inside is color coded. The second surgeon says, no, I think librarians are. Everything inside them is in alphabetical order. Third surgeon shut him up when he said, you're all wrong. Politicians are the easiest to operate on. There's no guts, no heart, no brains, no spine. plus the head and the butt are interchangeable.
There we go. I'm just going to grab a piece of peanut butter fudge.
I did have. You talk about peanut butter fudge. I just couldn't help but think. I did have me some peanut butter patties that were Girl Scout cookies that I bought, but they're all gone because I love them too much.
Sausage.
Wine. Yeah, seriously, I don't know if this could be a good thing or not, but you have a locomotive named Sausage. Now you need one named Wine, and you can have the Sausage Wine twin.
It's gotta be done.
I may have created a monstrosity by suggesting that. Sostig Fura. Mark said that. Okay, yeah, I'm just spouting off randomness, so nobody in the chat mind me.
Yeah, what was that about, Gene?
I didn't realize you were back.
You just sit in your room just going... Is that what you do? Is that your thing? I knew you were a weird guy.
Well, everybody's a little bit weird.
Yeah, but there's weird and then there's just weird. Since Chris is watching, what's... Yeah, this got weird really fast.
I had to. Go ahead, though. You were talking to Chris?
Yeah, I was just going to ask him, when does this loco stop blowing off? Because it hasn't stopped blowing off and I haven't shoveled.
Walter Appleby. Well, this is taking an unexpected turn of events. No. For that to happen, you'd have to round a corner.
The 7207 Hobbies actually is asking a good question. Where are we going to build the sausage wine factory? That is a very good question, because I don't know where would be a good site. Oh, do you know what? I just found it here, in this field. And it's got to be this field.
No, replace the...
Yeah, it's got to be this field because, excuse me, it's got rail access here so that we can build sidings to the railway. It's a large open field. It's got access to the river because we're going to need large quantities of water, so we can just pump the water straight in from the river.
So somebody wants a crusty impression. But I got one.
I be crusty. I can't do
it. Is anybody catch? If anybody can catch who I'm trying to sound like, they get a cookie.
Do it again.
I just did it. I already did it. I want to see if anybody can catch on.
Yeah, and I heard absolutely nothing. I said do it again and there was silence. That's not really helping me out there.
Okay, let me try again.
Yeah, Peter Griffin.
Reese does not get a cookie because he didn't get it first.
Hey, Lois. Hey, Lois. No, I can't do it as good as I used to. Hey.
My former coordinator at the factory I work at, on the last day of a supervisor who ended up coming back last year, decided just for the fun of it to dress up like Peter Griffin.
Have you seen this? That real life Peter Griffin. Hey, Peter. Peter.
No, 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 no.
No, that's Cleveland. Cleveland Brown.
Not again.
Hey, I'm getting tired of Peter's shenanigans.
I gotta stop taking baths during Peter's shenanigans. That's nasty.
People didn't like the Cleveland show, but the first 2 seasons I actually really liked. Although it was a bit weird that they had the bear.
Couldn't be any weirder than there being a random alien on American Dad.
Yeah, but he was fun. Roger the alien. Bye!
Bye! Bye! Bye! Bye!
Can we get a Donald and Doug ass impersonation? What do you mean, Donald? What do you mean, as in the Scottish twins? As in Donald and Doogie? Hey, Donald, you wee prick. Who do you think you're talking to, you wee bastard prick eye? Who do you think you're calling a bastard prick, you wee cunt? Oh. Don't you call me a wee cunt, you bastard wee prick eye. Don't you call me a wee cunt, you bastard wee prick. Oh, bastard wee prick, am I now?
Okay.
Do you see how it can escalate quite quickly?
A4 Herring Gull says Scottish Ivor works at the sausage line factory.
Yes. Oh, no, 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 I can't. Oh god, right, dump the brakes.
Drop both anchors.
Right, I had to just reduce my speed because I could not change the points, but now I have. Da 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 da.
Bond. James Bond.
The name's Bond. James Bond.
Ay. No, I can't do it.
Meow. Giggity 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 goo.
Alright.
Alright.
That's bad. I don't even watch Family Guy, and I can recognize some characters.
What do you mean you don't watch Family Guy?
I did for a while, but then I stopped.
Why?
I just lost interest. Noah, he hasn't made it because people like you keep asking.
The more that people ask, the less likely is it's going to be. Every time somebody asks Ways Over the Hills, I basically put it back by 6 months.
Every time somebody asks, the Death Star destroys another planet full of millions of people.
Set your lasers to Alderaan.
Alderaan's already gone, mate.
Yeah. Blow it up again, then. No, don't go into the tunnel, you stupid train. Now that couldn't have been a more perfect stop if I tried it myself. Although, actually, it could have. I could have not gone all the way into the tunnel. But who cares? I guess I am going to have to do a bit of shoveling. Every day I'm shoveling. Din 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 din.
Hydro Assault Gaming. If you just send a request to join the AWP Facebook group, I highly recommend to help you out a little bit. You answer the questions if you haven't already, and it's just not show.
My god, it's like 20 to midnight. I'm quite amazed, actually, that considering that I didn't plan to do this live stream tonight, it was just basically me deciding that I was bored and I was going to do a live stream. It's we've had like 50 people here, so we're not done too bad.
It's just been the Angry Welshman and the Crazy Yank. So, Betty Boop impression? No, thank you. 1, I'm too masculine. 2, I don't even know what she sounded like. It's been said that he sent answers to the questions before when he sent the request. Why is Facebook not showing it?
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
Because your Facebook is stupid.
Well, there we go. S-Waith branch. That works. The rest of it, main character. Oh, well, I guess that counts. Mr. Davies is his answer. That counts, I think, because he technically is one of the main characters.
Yeah, to be honest, that thing is more. As long as they don't have to get the exact right answer. It's more just to prove that they are a real person, rather than anything else.
Yeah, well, Hydro Assault Gaming. If the account that I just allowed in is yours, welcome.
Willkommen der Angry Welshman Productions, ja. Istanbul guten Führer.
All stand for glorious Soviet national anthem.
Hello, Shalom.
Okay, that makes me think of several joke videos that have been made about, like when Germany decided it would be a good idea to invade Russia.
Invade Russia now for the Germany. Oh no, it wasn't a very good idea. Oh no, they're fighting back. Oh shit, they're really good. Oh shit, oh shit. America let us surrender now because we're gonna get raped. That was my attempt of a World War II song.
I was gonna say, "Oh Hitler, please come help us now, or never mind, you're dead."
If I was to try and make a World War II song, I think there's no better song than Hitler has only got one ball ring. Now his are very small. Himmler's got something similar, and poor Goebbels has no balls at all. Anyway, so apparently Buckeye Nation Railroader is an anti-communist. Well, Buckeye Nation Railroader, this is so glorious Soviet Union Party member Angry Welshman Productions. For the glorious of the Kremlin, all rise for Soviet national anthem and intercontinental ballistic missile salute. Oh, that was beautiful. That was so beautiful. In fact, this scene that I'm looking at right now is beautiful. Do you know what I might do? Like, I should have gone at sunset so that we could see the real sort of power of the new Armstrong Powerhouse weather pack. I just basically loaded into a scenario that was already there and just went with it.
Oh, weather pack, huh? Does it include realistic weather?
No, it doesn't, funnily enough. But the Soviet Union does not exist anymore. Really? No way. I honestly, Buckeye Nation Railroader, I did not know that. I thought the glorious Soviet Union still existed. Considering that we've called it the Russian Federation for the last 20-something years. In fact, I was actually alive in the last days of the Soviet Union. My parents have video of the Berlin Wall being knocked down. It was a glorious day for capitalism. Buckeye Nation Railroader, imperialistic capitalistic pig.
Don't know
You
why
decadent capitalist pig. Again, did you not realise that I was actually here, James? Or are you just going mad? Are you just sat at your computer spazzing out at the screen right now? Yeah, that bruised James Ellison is having a stroke.
I'm sorry, I had to. I'm just waiting for the chat replies.
Reactor go boom. Yeah, Chernobyl went boom.
Yeah, that was in Ukraine. No.
Well, it was technically Russia at the time, but yeah. Yes, Buckeye Nation Railroad, or whatever I say is what goes, because I am glorious Soviet capitalistic leader. And whatever whatever the Communist Party says is what goes, yes? Do Svidania.
Patch
I
Train
guess-
thinks I impersonated Gollum.
Yes, you impersonated Gollum. I've just realised who Buckeye Nation Railroader is. He's one of these guys who's like, there's only 2 other countries in the world, that's Mexico and the moon. That's what he strikes me as. What country am I from, Buckeye Nation Railroader? Where is Wales? Have you ever heard of Wales? Have you ever heard of Great Britain? Is the moon considered a country? What's worse than communism? Nothing. Goddamn commies. Oh, A4 Heron Gull has actually written something in Welsh. Well, I can't read Welsh, so yeah, I've got no idea.
That didn't do any good.
Tidmouth Shed says Chernobyl is a great place to go on vacation. Well, it's funny you say that, because I would actually like to visit. Technically, Buckeye Nation Railroader is correct. I am in the United Kingdom. I'm actually in England right now. Where is Butterfly Coffee? She is not here. Yes, so Tidmouth Shed says Chernobyl about going on vacation there. I would actually like to go on a trip to Chernobyl. You can book these trips where you go to Kiev in Ukraine, and then you basically get taken on, like, over a couple of days. You're taken to different parts of Pripyat in Chernobyl. There's only certain places that they take you on the tour, and you're not allowed to touch anything, you're not allowed to take anything. But I would love to go, just to say that I've been there. But obviously I wouldn't want to take anything from there, because for some reason people who go there decide to pick things up and take them away, and they don't realise, like, how dangerous that really is. You know, because I saw another video of some guy, he went there and he had a radiation meter, whatever they're called, and he was measuring how much radiation things still had. And they actually visited this, I think it was like a leisure centre or a swimming pool, and it was where the firemen, who were the first responders when the Chernobyl power plant exploded, it's where they took off all their equipment when they started being sick. So all their firemen's boots and clothes around and suits, they just laid there on the floor, and they put okay, Buckeye Nation Railroader. Yeah, that's you're gonna have to be careful with with comments like this. I think it's time that you have a time out just to think. You know, why do you post comments like that? You're really not helping yourself, dude. You're really not. I had a word with you earlier in Discord about this. Yeah. Stop doing it for the attention, son. Yeah, there we go. He's had a timeout.
By the way, Reese, take a look at what I just put in the chat. Can you translate that?
Hochblifja. Is that Russian?
No.
Because
that is hello everyone in Klingon.
Is it Hochblifja?
I can't pronounce it right.
Blipfer. Hochblipfer. Apparently it is quite easy to make your own language, but I don't know. When I was in college, we did actually sort of come up with our own language, but it was really easy once you got the hang of it. It was basically like certain words. Oh, I can't remember exactly how it went. You basically had to go like dag a lag. So basically, like certain words, you just add ag a lag to it. So that when you're saying a whole sentence, it's like dag-a-lag, a-bog-a-lag, a-lug-a-lag, and it works. But, yeah. Or am I talking to myself again? Is James Ellison actually real? Discuss.
No! No! It's official, we've all gone mad.
It sounds like you're eating your microphone now.
Chomp, chomp. Alright, huh.
Oh yeah, I was saying to people last night, there was two other things. I was working on the scripts again for Over the Hills last night, made some good progress on the history of Llandiadog, and the scripts themselves. I'm gonna change the scene with Di Woodham at Barry Scrapyard, because one of the things I sort of got a bit annoyed about was that Mr. Davies turned up at Barry Scrapyard and basically said, well, I want a loco. And he's like, well, yeah, okay, here we go. How about this? But in reality, I think, especially in the early days, Di Woodham would have been quite... Because I've been reading a book about him. And basically, he was, you know, at heart, he was a businessman. He wasn't really interested in preserving trains. That wasn't his business. That was just... Trains were what he was scrapping. So he had, like, no interest in the heritage side. So I'm sort of thinking about, like, incorporating that attitude into Over the Hills, like, of him, Mr. Davies, going to the scrapyard and saying, I want a loco, and he's just like, why? Like, why would you want to do that? And not really understanding, like, why. And then maybe, like, later on, he's like, oh, you gave me the idea to sell them to other preservationists, that sort of thing. Do I watch Game of Thrones? No. Next! Thomas Train 1945 is asking where is Butterfly Coffee, well, she's not here. Sorry and all that, but, you know, they can't be in every stream. No, don't overshoot. I've overshot. Yeah, I've really got no excuse for that one. Shut up.
But Nelson doesn't want to shut up.
This station really reminds me of Arlie. What am I using for improved Steam graphics? Well, RW Enhancer is one. Wasn't Di more into withdrawing coaches? He was actually into scrapping wagons. In fact, the early days...
They were a lot faster to scrap.
Yes, that's right. When he was given the contract from British Railways to scrap lots and lots of stuff, the idea is that he would cut up all the old wagons and he would take, you know, the scrap metal for most parts, but he would recycle and he would send back things like the roller bearings, axle boxes, buffers, you know, anything that BR could use again if they were still in good condition. So there was all sorts of parts from wagons which were still good. So they would cut them up and then those things would go back to BR to be used on other wagons. But he kept the locos because his idea was, especially at the time when steam locos were sort of withdrawn, I don't think the scrap price was as high as it once was, and he didn't want to cut up locos, you know, when they could be cut up when the price is high. So, you know, at the time in the mid 60s, that's why they survived, and he kept them and kept them and kept them, and they spent years there, just rotting away. And over the years, people went and bought them, and I guess he realised that he could make more money if he sold them to preservationists.
OVS bullied. Reese, what do you like more, S160 or Saint? Oh, it's obvious. The S160, it's superior.
The S160 is amazeballs. I will be completely fair.
Reese being fair, that's a first.
America is the greatest country in the world. No, it's not. Do you know why? Because glorious communistical North Korea is the greatest country in the world. Nah, not really. Of course, the greatest country in the world is Wales. God bless Wales.
Not a blessing. Nope, never mind. That's dangerous territory.
Okay, Thomas Train 1945 is in love with butterfly coffee. We better tell her that she's got a fan.
One more outburst like that, and I'm tempted to put timeout on Thomas Train 1945.
Nah, he's fine. Thinking with his knob instead of his brain. It's what most people in this group do. They see a girl and they go, "Oh my god! Female!"
Tidmouth Shed's production says this is sexually identifies as an S160.
So, Tidmouth, how can you sexually identify? I'm really confused about sexually identify. Because what, do you like have categories now where you go male, female, transgender, or S160? Is that the stage that we've reached? Yep. Thomas Train 1945 is in love with butterfly coffee. Oh dear. Pretty sure her boyfriend won't be impressed with that.
Says no man is Scotland. I'm thinking he's meaning Scotland's best. I just simply put reinstalling Scotland.
Well, Buckeye Nation Railroader brings up an interesting point about America. America is not the greatest country right now. No, you're right, it's not. But it could be, and it should be. Because America could be leading the world as it once was in terms of technological development. And I'm going to go ahead and speak in what lots of other Americans have already said about the Apollo program. Look at the Apollo program. 50 years ago, America put a man on the moon. It invested in the technology to send a human being to walk on the face of the moon. But then as soon as it happened, people just went, nah, we're not going to do it anymore. And that was the biggest shame in the world. But it's coming back. America is going to be the greatest country in the world again. Why? Because it was going to be the first to put man on Mars. That's a world leader in space exploration. That's going to be one of the most amazing days of my life, is watching the Mars landings. I cannot wait. I know it's going to be another so many years from now, but I don't care. I will wake up during the night and I will watch the Mars landings on TV.
But your luck, it'll be while you're on your deathbed.
Probably. I'll be dead. I'll be dying. Can you turn on the Mars landings? Ah, he's dead.
Here lies Reese Wade Davies. He tried to see the Mars landing, but didn't make it.
Actually, Walter Appleby is saying that China has sloppy seconds. I think Russia actually takes sloppy seconds because when the Apollo missions were landing on the moon, I think they crash landed a probe on the moon, didn't they? In an attempt to steal some glory.
Oh, glorious!
The glorious decadent Soviet Union!
Oh wait, America ACFS.
Da, 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 da,
oh,
da, da.
Now this is funny. After hunting season ends, all the deer gather for their annual Haha You Missed Me festival.
Nice.
Imagine having a heritage railway on Mars, Tidmouth Shed's production mass.
Yes, the Penwyth Valley Railway Mars expedition.
With sausage wine.
That's where the sausage wine factory is going to be. That's why we need so much money, is because we have to build a Saturn V rocket at Llandeardog to launch the rocket to go to Mars and build the sausage wine factory.
But Penwyth Valley Railway is going to be the pilot railway in Galaxy Railways. You don't remember that from years and years ago? Somebody posted the first episode of it on AWP.
Of what?
Galaxy Railways.
No.
I looked at it, I thought, huh. And then I decided to watch it more, and I thought, this is actually pretty good. And I kept watching until the first season was over. And then I realized that the original Japanese was better than the English dub. So I just rewatched season 1 eventually and watched season 2. I'm not too thrilled with these two. But
yeah, Thomas Train is vegging out about butterfly coffee again. I'm getting scared, and I'm yeah, it's just weird.
Time out.
James has just gone full admin Nazi in the chat there.
Well, remember, I've played nice with Mark, and he seems to have left on his own, unless he's hiding.
I guess he's gone to bed. I mean, it is midnight here. He might have just given up. It's nice to do a stream without him, his bad jokes. Any moment now, I'm just waiting. He's going to put a comment in the chat saying, I'm still here. Any moment now.
BRB.
Or I'm just expecting Matt to turn up and go, diabetes, or something. Oh, we're going to have to slow down pretty soon. Brakes guard, please. The Galactic Sausage Wine Factory. The Intergalactic Sausage Wine Factory, I think you mean. I think we need to start slowing down here. What is your favourite of what Hornby announced? Tom K is asking about the Hornby announcements. Well, to be honest, the Hornby announcements, once, as always, have disappointed me. Because they've announced the loco that Dapple is making. And I think that's why they announced it, which just really gets on my wick when, you know, companies like Hornby, you know, I think Hornby are just frightened that they're not like the dominant model maker in the market anymore. For years, they were the biggest.
Why not go for something unique? Kato USA has released the new Viewliner baggage cars for Amtrak, or has announced them, and that's something no other U.S. model company has done yet.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like, you know, Dapple announced that they were going to do a large prairie, and now Hornby have basically said, yeah, we're going to do a large prairie. It's like, well, why? You know, what point is that? It just annoys me. The 060 Peckets is actually a good one. But to be honest, nothing that they've really announced has got my motor running. And unfortunately, the same goes for the Bachmann announcement. I've overshot again.
You're just not having any luck on this return journey.
No, I'm not doing very well. Well, the first few coaches will just have to pretend they didn't want to get off here. No, just doesn't do anything for me, the Bachmann announcements. You know, there's a few 009 models which look okay, but they're just little diesels, 009 gauge diesels. Like when they announced the 009 gauge Baldwin tank engines, you know, I had total like World War I trenches style layout. Now that is a really good set. I gotta be honest, that was a really good idea from Bachmann. But now they've just announced these crappy little diesels, and I'm just like, meh, they don't really fit in. Like, if you're gonna announce a new range, especially in a gauge like 009, I personally think you need to do like a whole range of locos and stock. So for an example, I would say for the 2019 range from Bachmann in 009, why not make the Vale of Rydal. You know, 009 ready to run Vale of Rydal tanks, make all 3 of them in different liveries, make the coaches, make some of the wagons, make the diesel, the little Bagley, and do like train sets, you know. You could have like a 009 gauge starter train set, but the Vale of Rydal. You could really commercialise on it, but you know, that's my own opinion, of course, so, you know, don't quote me or say Reese said this. It's just what I think. And everybody's asking me all the time, like, what do you think about this? It doesn't really matter what I think. You have to form your own opinions, you know. Because, yeah, of course, I have my own opinions of stuff. I like Great Western stuff. It doesn't matter. That's what I like, you know.
Yeah. And then over here, you've got Athern, Bachmann, and so forth, all trying to do some of the similar things in various gauges. And then you've got Scale Trains coming into the picture, who's got people from all the various ones coming out to try to do new things. And one of the new things they came out with is the GEC 39-8, which looks really good. And that's something that I don't think any other modeler has done in any gauge over any scale over here.
I mean, I would like to see, for model railways in general, a bit more sort of focus on getting new people into the hobby. Now, Hornby have kind of attempted this, but they've really done it in a naff way. Like, the sort of kids' train sets, they're like really plasticky. They're more toys. And I think the way they used to do it years ago, where they actually had the normal 00 gauge track with the normal 00 gauge stuff, but with a few toys added to it, that was the right way to do it. In fact, what Triang used to do, Triang used to have like a whole sort of system, you know, where you could have like sort of ski electric style cars driving around, and they could be loaded onto trains, and then you had wagons that you could load and unload. It was interactive, so it wasn't just a model train, it was like an interactive train set. And I think that's what's missing from the hobby now, is the sort of the play factor, because all the models that are being made, a lot of them are built, you know, they're so fragile. Like, I take a 00 gauge model out of a box and I'll break off the lamps or the brake gear, you know, that sort of stuff, and then I feel angry because I've broken it. But it's like, well, that's how delicate they are now. That's why I think I'm kind of going off 00 gauge, and I'm going into the larger scale models like G scale or SM32. See, because I'm moving house in the next few months, I'm probably not really going to have room to have a 00 gauge model railway anymore. I've got a layout, but I don't know if it'll fit in my garage. If it will, then great. If not, then I'll probably sell up. But we'll see.
Don't you have N-gauge?
N-gauge, yeah, I do, but it's only really small. You know, it's a little circle. It's literally bare minimum. It's a bare minimum layout. So I might have that set up in the house somewhere, but it won't take up much room.
What exactly train wise do you have in?
I've got a Thomas the Tank engine in N-gauge, which cost so much money in customs charges when it arrived.
Well, I remember seeing the picture you shared, and I think Weon commented on it too.
Yeah, it was about £70 to buy it on eBay, which is already is already quite a lot for a tank engine and 2 coaches. And then I had to pay about £25 or £30 on top for the import charge for customs, because it came from outside the European Union. And I was like, oh my god, that's horrendous. And I've never understood, like, all goods are made in China, right? All goods, basically. No matter what it is you buy nowadays, it's made in China. So why aren't we paying customs charges on all that stuff? You know? That's what I don't get.
Something. And another thing, somebody pointed this out, even though they tagged me wrong. Broadway Limited Imports does a lot of interesting stuff for N and HO scale over here that not a lot of other people do. Like over here they do the T1 duplex in N and HO.
Oh, right.
And the Baldwin Centipede.
Centipede.
But something I'd love to see in N-Gauge, and I really would love to see the 7F. Both 7Fs, the two different kinds that were built.
Oh, right.
Oh, Law's here.
What did he say? Never do that again. Never do what again?
Probably your little Centipede song.
Well, he doesn't want me to sing.
It makes us very uncomfortable. You missed it earlier, Law. Do not rewind. Seriously, do not rewind.
I don't think you can rewind until the stream is over.
Well, I've just done it.
Have you?
Yeah.
How the hell have you done that?
I can rewind it, but then if I really want to, I can skip back to the live feed.
Okay, that's interesting.
Tom K about MTH. They've got a lot of good stuff. They really do. Anyone wants any really good reviews about Lionel or MTH or any other O gauge, American O gauge especially? Definitely look up Eric Siegel on YouTube. He is a really good reviewer.
See, now Lol says it wasn't the Centipede song. Oh, he's on about the kid that loves butterfly coffee.
Lionel only has a few things in HO. I've actually held a Lionel HO scale, I think it was a Big Boy or Challenger in my hands once. That thing, it was heavy for an HO gauge model.
I was actually going to buy a HO gauge Big Boy. Because I went to this model railway exhibition on the Isle of Wight once. And it had an all-American layout. And they had a Big Boy running. And I was like, oh my god, that is amazing! And so I wanted one. But then to buy one in this country, it's like £700 or £800, which is ridiculous. But then at the same time, I have spent more, you know.
The best thing about the Big Boy in terms of the scales, it comes in all of the scales that exist in the U.S.
Oh,
I think it actually even comes in Z gauge, which is very scary to think about because those little guys can just one little wrong move and you're having to send it in without a hope of getting it back, more than likely.
I wish that Z gauge was more like reliable, I guess, because I was thinking about buying a Z gauge because there's only one company in the UK that does Z gauge, and they only do a HST, which looks spot on. Actually, it looks really good. And there was a guy, and he was. I don't know whether he worked for the company or if he owned it, but he built his own little layout in Z gauge, and because of the size, you can model such a huge area of, you know, land. Like he did this bridge. I don't remember what bridge it was, and it was just huge. But I think it was the 4th bridge that he did. I'm not sure, but it was beautiful to watch. But if I was to go into model railways again if I sell up all my 00 gauge, I'll either continue to invest in garden railway stuff or it'll be like gauge 3. I don't know if you've seen gauge 3, James. I don't think you have it in America. Oh no, you have gauge 1, which is 45mm. No, I don't think you've got gauge 1 in America.
Oh,
sorry, gauge 3, G3.
We were talking about Z gauge. Over here, we have quite the variety.
Keep going.
The biggest producers of Z gauge over here are American Z Line and Microtrains. Yeah, Cumberland sausage. Yeah, that's how I am. I am subscribed to Eric's Trains, and I'm an N and HO scale modeler.
Surley is saying gauge 1, nearest makes no difference, is basically G scale. Pat Strain says it's called O gauge. No, I don't think... No, O gauge is O gauge. I'm talking about gauge 3. And somebody... The Southern 207 Hobby says, yes, we do have gauge 3. Okay. Well, I didn't know that, because in the UK, gauge 3 is, like, ridiculously rare. Like... There's only a handful of people that actually make stuff for it, and even then, you know, you have to buy the parts for a kit from about 4 or 5 different people, because nobody produces a full kit. But the thing is, the size, like, there's actually a Dean Goods, a gauge 3 Dean Goods kit, all brass, which you can buy from Garden Railway suppliers, and I was very tempted to buy one, just to see if I could get into building a kit. But the thing is, I've never really done like brass soldering before, so yeah, I might give it a go one day. The thing is, though, I like live steam.
The guy I told you about earlier that had that whole telemarketer call that he did, that he shared a video of.
Yeah.
He's just messaged me and said, "Hey, I see you're talking to Reese." He just happened to get home and see that you were streaming.
Cool.
And he remembers being in a GTA 5 server with you, and you kill him on a takeoff with a plane or something. That's been so long ago.
Oh, there's a comment in the chat from OVS Bullied saying that the guy that usually runs the exhibition on the Isle of Wight died. Oh, that's a shame. Because I went there and I saw it. It was really good. It's a shame to hear he's died. Guys, 20 past 12. Don't worry, lads, in the chat. You are right, it is late. We are almost at Llandeardog again, so we're not far off finishing. I think we'll get the train into the platform, and then we'll put the loco on shed, and we'll call it a night. So not much more.
No. You gotta put it through the shed and put it in its spot.
Yes, run the loco through the buffers, enter the special tunnel on the Magic Railroad. That's what we gotta do. You know, where you just speed up, you go through the buffers. James Shelton wants to be like me. No, you don't. Don't be like me. What do you mean you want to be like... Why do you want to be like me? Seriously, you don't want to be like me. I'm fat. I've got diabetes. Just be yourself, man. Find your own identity. You don't have to be like anyone else. What you need is just exposure to life. You know, travel the world. Go and see things. Do things. Have fun. Don't take it too seriously.
Have you been living under a rock?
Yes.
Well, then I can help you. Travel agency here.
We'll put you on a container bound for China.
No. I was thinking Madagascar.
Oh.
You know, like the movie.
Yeah, we'll stick you in a container going to Madagascar. In fact, I actually love that film because there's a scene where the penguins actually get onto the bridge of the ship, and they did Disney. It's not Disney. The company that made it did a surprisingly good job at animating or making the bridge of the ship. Because, like most movies where they're on the bridge of a ship, I get so triggered by the lack of accuracy. You know. Joe Fitzjohn is in the. He's watching. Joe, there's a guy that's in love with your missus. You should shoot him. He needs to explode. There you go, James Shelton. As I was saying, just find your own identity. You don't need to say, I want to be like Reese. Just, you know, have a go at stuff. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. You know, if you want to make videos on YouTube, don't be afraid of what people will think. You do it for yourself. Don't think, oh, I hope people will like it. At the end of the day, you're the one who has to like it. If you can watch one of your own videos in 5 years' time and you still think I did a good job with it, then it's a good video, regardless of what anyone else thinks. That's the important thing. Okay, my doors are only partly open. That's weird.
I can't. I waited for you to get done talking to Mr. Shelton, but Southern 207 Hobby says drags Reese to Horseshoe Curb, PA, Pennsylvania. No, we are not going to crash the train. OBS bully. Reese actually did a good job for once.
Lol is saying I should open fire.
Open fire.
Get the Lewis gun.
Get the howitzers. Hey, give me all your money.
Bring forth the howitzer.
Cry havoc and let loose the panniers of war.
Right, I'm going to bring this loco to a gentle stop here because I just want to sit and bask. I might even... Oh, I can't take a screenshot, sadly. Because that looks so beautiful.
Don't become screenshot happy like you were in Train Sim World.
Yeah, but I can't start the loco and run away from it in this game. We're just sitting in the head shunt now, enjoying the view of this beautiful machine, which has just done sterling work on the Landeer Dog and Pennyog Railway. So it's time to go on shed. Penwyth, whatever. I don't even care anymore. You know, I've reached the point where I genuinely don't care what it's called anymore. It's my railway. It's not my railway. It's actually someone else made this route. So yeah.
You talk about running away in Train Sim World. I immediately heard, "Stop! No! Come back! Come back!"
What do I want to be when I'm grown up? Well, it's a little bit late for that. I'm 29 years old. It's a little bit late to be saying what do I want to be when I grow up. Actually, do you know what I want to be? When I grow up, I want to be a potato. I love this logo. So yeah, the Caledonian Railway 812 class. What a beauty. So Chris, I don't think he's still watching. When this loco originally came out, I didn't really give it, that much of attention because I was busy. I was on ship. That was the big problem. Like last year, is that Chris was releasing stuff, and I was basically like, yeah, I can't really do anything until I get off the ship. So finally,
and now that you're off,
I can actually make videos like this again on a more, on a more regular basis. Because at the end of the day, I do enjoy making these videos. I do enjoy just having a play, with Train Sim. Olin Kenny wants to be a cat. Olin Kenny, are you the guy from, what's it called? Are you the guy from Ireland? I think he's the Irish guy. Yeah, Joe is not happy about the guy. I wouldn't worry yourself too much about it, Joe. I really don't think your wife's, just gonna listen to one comment on a YouTube video and go, right, that shit, I'm leaving my husband. This must be love. Love, love, da da. Anyway, I've probably insulted everybody right now.
You did that a long time ago.
Yeah, I know. I'm still blowing off. I'm pretty sure that the safety valve on all Caledonian Railway locos in Train Sim is just permanently open. It certainly is when I'm driving. Let's just make sure that the road is set. Yes, yes.
Oh, for crying out loud. Ethan Warren just commented on my post from earlier and pretty much tried to ruin it.
What post?
My one with the shocked Pikachu and the Stephanie one.
Oh.
He says the Pikachu one is close but not quite the right way. Pikachu is to do something and have something obviously bad happen. This has been your lesson on memes. Have a good day.
Yeah, somebody's just arrived to watch the stream and it is literally just about to end.
That sounds like what I did the other day.
Hey guys, and goodbye.
Oh, hello everybody that just joined, and good night. I got too much on my mind. Thomas Train 1945 said fan art. I accidentally read it as fan fart.
Fan fart. Can I fan fart on you? Yeah, okay. Ooh. Smells like onions.
What did you have for dinner?
Walter, I am here at the... He was only going to stay for a few minutes and now he's here at the end. Well, that's kind of what happens in these streams, isn't it? I mean, yeah.
That's what happened with me. I was going to go somewhere and then I ended up not going.
Well, we're not going to be much longer.
So
we're just backing onto the shed. We're almost done.
And so Reese derailed at the points were set against him.
I think at some point this year, in the next month or two, I'm going to do like a sort of live stream day. I don't know whether... Not really so much as a charity thing. I was thinking about doing a charity thing, but I was thinking of running like a whole day timetable. You know, just get some food up here and then run a full day service on the Penwyth Valley Railway.
Oh, I just had a bad in my mind. A bad idea.
What bad idea?
Someone mentioned Thanos in the chat from Infinity War. From Avengers Infinity War. Just you know, have it just as a joke. The if it were possible, have the one of the engines from this latest version of it, or a character from it, is like, Mr. Davies, I don't feel so good, and then just dust away.
For some reason, I want... It's not broadcasting in 60 frames per second for some reason. Like, my game is playing well over 60 frames a second, but the stream is not broadcasting that. So I want to see if I can play around with the settings, but I got no idea how to do that. So anyway, yeah, we're pretty much done now tonight. We've done a full round trip of the Llandiadog and Pennyog Railway, which is the Penwyth Valley Railway, and has been for some time, and I still keep calling it the Llandiadog and Pennyog Railway. Yeah. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. It wasn't really planned. It just sort of happened. Yeah, I think we'll probably do another one at some point this week. I think on Wednesday might be streaming Dead Poachers Society. So if you're around for that, come and join us. Otherwise, the link for this is in the description below. It's available from Digital Traction's website. Also, the coaches, the 45-foot Ex Caledonian Railway coaches, those are available from Steam. The link is also in the description. There's two variants. There's this, the LMS version, and there's also the Caledonian Railway ones. But for some reason tonight they didn't work for me. So I think there's a corrupted download. Yeah, that's about it for tonight. So, alright. Thanks very much, and we'll see you next time.
Bye!
Bye-bye.